This is on comics, and I am on movies today. Welcome to On Comics, and I am the ever-loving Lonnie Webb. You can find me on Twitter at Lonnie Webb and all of the other cool places on my link tree that will be found in the description. Today we are talking about, we are talking about the Questor tapes. Yes, indeed. The Questor tapes are absolutely phenomenal. Um, don't know how we didn't know about the Questor tapes. It's a known science fiction thingy, but it just fell through the cracks for most of us. There's a good segment of certainly the Star Trek audience that's aware of it. You absolutely must watch the Questor tapes. It is a pilot. It was from the mind of Gene Roddenberry and Gene Kuhn, and we didn't get to see very much of it because it was put in the Doom slot on NBC, where TV shows go to die. Later on, I am going to be talking about. I should probably do that. Later on, I am going to be talking about the Bride of the Munster, which is a fabulous. It's not fabulous, but for the sake of completion, it is a Bela Lugosi movie that you have not seen all of Bela Lugosi movies until you have seen this one, and it's far better than Plan 9, I'm sure. Then we are also going to have a quick peek into space probe Taurus, as well as I have a special mention at the end of this video, so hang around. Previously, I discussed Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham. I did give a recommend for that. For a little glimpse into the preview, you can see my previous video. I think you will benefit from having done so. All right. What can I tell you about the Questor tapes that you want to know? Let me first clean up a shared window that I have, and I will not do what I just did ever again. That was a mistake. I should not have pushed that button. Um, let's share the screen. Let's actually share the screen. Really, I want to share the screen. Um, this is why I don't use StreamYard very much. Let's also take a look at, is it just not there? I've got it. I've got it. I know I've got it. I must have got it. Doink. Jeez, I'm saying doink. And let's then swing over to the correct button. Pretty please. Da, 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 da. Nope. And da, 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 da. Why am I not seeing it? I've done something wrong here. Let's. I honestly don't know what I've done wrong. Select. for the sake of stopping the pain. There. That doesn't hurt as much, does it? I will click here. I will click here. And now I will click here. No. No, 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 no. Not now. Why is it misbehaving today? It's not supposed to misbehave. There. I just can't read. Okay. Let's find the right, here, let's go right here. And I want to change the view of this thing. There we go. And we are back. What you see here is a comparison from both Star Trek and Questor. The ancestor to Mr. Data is Questor. And the way that works is that Questor is from 1979. Made for television sci-fi film about an android portrayed by Robert Foxworth. I believe he's Falcon Crest. With the robot has incomplete memory tapes, which you get to see them program, who is searching for his creator and his purpose, conceived by Gene Roddenberry, who is credited as executive consultant. The script is credited to Roddenberry and fellow Star Trek alumnus Gene L. Kuhn. The pilot was directed by Richard Kova, and the novelization is written by D.C. Fontana. The show was dedicated to Kuhn, who died before the program was broadcast. Now, man, that's sad. The Questor tapes looks like a wholesale Star Trek alumni endeavor. And I'm going to share that well, I'm not going to share that. I'm not going to share that at this point. Let's keep in mind we get to see the creation of the android. The android begins life in this rather innocuous looking state. There we go. And I dare say this is the best looking android from any series that's just this is the episode of Star Trek where they throw a hunk of clay on the turntable and it comes out looking like Captain Kirk. In this case, it's a mechanical frame. It's got stretch-on latex skin, and it has got at least mostly working eyes, which belong to the actor. And from different angles, he looks and acts like a very convincing mechanical doll. As he walks, you can't see it in this still image, but the way that Questor moves, there's lots of give and correction when he moves. His servos are definitely not completely together, as it were. They're not coordinated, and he gets a lot of things physically wrong throughout the show with regard to his movement. Let's see now. I'm going to this one here. He is completed in the earlier part of the episode or the movie. He is then programmed, and at the end of the program, there appears to be a blank spot. We don't know why. Majel Barrett, of course, is one of the attending engineers or doctors in the activation of this android, and that's how you know it is a Gene Roddenberry show, because he always has Majel Barrett in all of his pilots. That may not always be true, but so far of the ones I've seen, she turns up. The exception being probably the one with DeForest Kelly in the where he's kind of a Perry Mason type of character, and that pilot didn't get picked up at all, like most pilots. I'm going to skip forward in time and just give you this image, which will clear things up. This is why I say Questor is the ancestor to Doctor Who, to Star Trek. This is the gambling scene from Star Trek when you remember when Data has to run the tables in order for the Enterprise crew to escape the season 2 trap of the hotel, and the way they get out is by buying the hotel, and the way they make the money to do it is by running the table. The gag is even here about the loaded dice and how Questor gives them a good squeeze to adjust them so that he gets the snake eyes he's looking for. It's almost line for line that same scene. Mike Farrell plays the creator, the assembler anyway, of Questor, and becomes his constant companion as Questor makes mistakes regarding the way that human beings interact. One of the objectives that they have is they are in search of the missing doctor. Let me get his name right. Vaslovic, played by Lou Ayres, who wears the most majestic hairpiece that I've ever seen an actor wear, next to William Shatner. Mike Farrell is supposed to speak to this countess, this duchess, and develop a relationship so that they can discover more about the missing doctor. He doesn't do so good, and just can't tell a lie to schmooze her over, and does manage to break her china, which is a great scene all by itself. All of the scenes are great. The editing is smooth. The movie is smooth. It's an enjoyable, demanding, commanding movie. Even if you're not a Star Trek fan, just watching this movie, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to be engaged by the characters and drawn in. They are not without antagonists. Quincy's sidekick there to the left is hasn't done so well and didn't yet get into the autopsy business. So he's helping out the Universal bad guy here for this Universal movie, and he's going to want, of course, the escaping Questor to stick around because he's property of the company. Questor does a very good job in his escape. I'll say that much. And you will be impressed by his creativity, his self will, his self determination, and the way that he draws conclusions from his apparently minimal programming. This scene, when Questor manages to communicate with the uplink for information that is meant for him, is a call forward to Tron. I'll just say, look for this same scene in Tron as it was imagined by the guys in this Star Trek alumni. Questor's selling point is his movement. You have no doubt watching this film that Robert Foxworth is playing a machine. It's just a very convincing uh, physical portrayal of the robot, and you're going to enjoy it. I encourage you to watch it. He eventually will discover ways to communicate with other networks and machines and computers. And that opens the door to what would probably have been a base of operations for a later series. That's my opinion. I haven't seen any plan for what that series would look like. Um, but when this is over, you want to see the next episode in this android's life. There's lots of energy, lots of discovery, and things develop to a point that it explains uh, developments to the outside or of the outside world, as well um, to a conspiracy theorists uh, black hole of wondrous interference in human history. DC Fontana did write the novelization. If you go looking for it, that's the cover. Somehow I missed out on it. I never saw it when I was in the bookstore. This is around the period of Star Wars release. So I would have seen this if I was just looking. Now we all have the opportunity to go dig up the Questor tapes by DC Fontana. The Questor tapes, I found it on Tubi. Yes, I found it on Tubi, and that was a really, really good use of my time. I'm usually not that thrilled with old movies, but but that was very enjoyable. Now I've gone out of my way not to say things that I shouldn't say. This is a good movie. You're going to be thrilled that you saw the Questor tapes after you finish it. Um, Before I give you the tidbit that I was saving up for last, go to my Twitter at Lonnie Webb. Give me a follow. Give me a oh gee, somebody's talking. I've done a bad thing, gentlemen. Well, remember me. It's Matt the Silent. I used to partake on rabbi streams, but then some idiot kicked me out of the rabbi streams because I was telling him to not be a pervert. That might have been me. Huh. Sorry about that, Matt the Silent. I'll say that might have been me. Or Darren. Could have been Darren. So let's focus here. I saved you a tidbit. Give this video a like. Give me a subscribe, please, and I will put this out on Rumble as well. If you would, after you watch the Questor tapes, take a look at LA 2017. You can't find it anywhere. I've tried, except on Mr. Sci-Fi's channel. Mark Zerkry from Babylon 5 has a has an sometimes anthology channel. Sometimes he's promoting his TV show Space Command. Another thing I encourage you to get into and support. But LA 2017 is one of Steven Spielberg's earliest sci-fi film, might be the earliest sci-fi film, and it is great. How does it compare to the Questor tapes? It compares well. It compares well. One of the things you're going to find in Questor is that they use music that is written by some other guy, Gil Millet, and that music is used again for Kolchak and a couple of other things. So if nothing else, the music from this pilot was used in other things, and it all draws back to the Questor tapes, all draws back to Gene Roddenberry, and it all draws back to Star Trek. This whole concept was brought forward and is played out in the roles of Often Sung and Mr. Data. We might have even seen Lore. I think that there was probably a treatment for future episodes that included Lore. So saying that, go prove me wrong. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you find something interesting in this really old video from 74, I think you'll be rewarded. In any case, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and I will talk to you all when I can. Bye now.